So you actually challenged, commissioned professional graphic novelists and comic book writers and amateurs alike to come up with Asian superheroes?
Yeah, it was sort of fascinating to us that there are so many Asian Americans behind the scenes. I mean, people like Jim Lee, Sean Chen, Greg Pak, in the comics industry, but so few actual Asian American superheroes. And the ones that were out there were kind of moderately lame. And we realized that part of the reason is because when you deal with comics, you're not dealing with stories. You're dealing with universes. The DC universe, the Marvel universe, right? These continuities that have been around for 5 decades and more. And as a result, there's like a kryptonite ceiling, that prevents you from getting a kind of broader diversity of representation in the comics world, in the superhero world, unless you create new characters, unless you literally reinvent the wheel that produced, these origins to begin with.
So I want to play some audio that represents this a little bit, because you guys also turned the comic strips that you commissioned and turned into this book into motion graphics. And I want to play a piece of the comic that this is a kind of a dramatization of the comic from your website that serves as the preface to the book. The protagonist here is a young Asian American kid whose mother makes him wear a Hello Kitty shirt to school, and here he is playing superheroes with his non-Asian friends.
Okay, the game is superheroes. I go Batman! Whiz! I clobber you with my Batarang! Ha ha!
I'm Spider-Man. I dodge your Batarang with my Spidey sense.
I'm Superman. I blast you both with my searing heat vision. Hold it. You can't be Superman. You're Shang-Chi, master of Kung Fu. I don't want to be Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi sucks. Karate Kid? No.
Iron Fist?
No. Okay, then you're Magical Princess Kitty. Watch out, guys. She's gonna tickle you with her smiling gumdrop wand.
That was pretty rich.
It's loosely semi-autobiographical, but it sort of speaks to this notion that when you're kids, comic book heroes are the heroes you really kind of. They're the framers of the dialogue in the playground. They're the stuff that you kind of project all of your dreams and ambitions on, and there just weren't too many once you actually stripped off the masks, which did in fact reflect an experience that I and my co-editors Parry Shen, Keith Chow, and Jerry Ma really kind of lived ourselves.
From our comments page again, Eva writes, as 70s kids desperately hungry for Asian faces in U.S. media, we always suspected, hoped that Marcy, Peppermint Patty's more cautious friend from Peanuts, was actually Asian. Check the classically Chinese bobbed, banged haircut, the glasses, and the stereotypically academic overachievement and ineptitude at sports. Also, she's curiously familiar with classical music, probably not by choice if you met her mother. Plus, like us, she showed un-American elder respect with the constant sir bit. Did you suspect, Eva wants to know, that Marcy was Asian as a kid?
Yeah. I guess when I wasn't sort of falling into accidental Charlie Brownisms, Marcy was actually one of my favorite characters in Peanuts, I will say.